All right. Welcome to the County Board of Education. Board meeting Wednesday, November 15th. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance. Pledge of allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, public forum. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing this wrong. Yvonne Acevedo.
Great, very good. Ready, ready?
Very good.
Okay. So, good evening. My name is Yvonne Acevedo. I became a substitute teacher on April 2015, as I wanted to give back to the school that I've given so much to my son. And on October 26, 23, I was terminated. I'm assuming that you all have received the documentation that I sent via express mail, and I do apologize for the tardiness. I was just waiting for the letter of termination. As I did not get that, the lawyers that I had spoken to recommended that I speak up to the board, let them know what was happening. I was not given a reason other than I was unfit to continue working for the school. I wasn't given a fair hearing as my fate was decided before I walked into Mrs. Gardilla's office. I was humiliated as I plead with Mrs. Garner to speak to the superintendent. In the past, when I have been wrongly accused of things, I've always had the opportunity of speaking to the superintendent. I did not know why that was denied. I only seek that you review the documentations that I have enclosed and that you give me the fair hearing that Mrs. Cardilla and Mrs. Gardner denied me. And I would be respectful of whatever your decision is. For most of the teachers in the elementary, I have performed correctly. I've done my job to their satisfaction. So I did not understand why I was overall terminated by both schools, not one school, but two. So please take that into consideration, and I thank you for listening to me now.
Thank you. Lisa Reese.
I'll stand up because it's so crowded. I want to make sure you guys see me.
I know, it's a big crowd.
I know. So the only thing that I want to do is to thank the association for our powwow. For those of you that don't know, it is our biggest fundraiser. It is to support the students. We offer scholarships to our seniors at the end of the year, and we made almost $4,000. Yeah. But the better part of the story is we had over 400 children attend based on our attendance and collections and stuff. And it was just a really nice community meeting. The school is alive and it felt really nice. So I just wanted to give a shout out for all our hard work. The trunks were great. The costumes were great. We had a good time.
Thank you. Thank you. Karen Knoll.
Hello, my name is Karen Knoble. I am a TA in the elementary school, and I just wanted to thank you for giving me the opportunity to coach varsity football cheerleading. I received so many compliments on how great it was to have cheerleaders back on the sidelines cheering the boys on. I had a lot of fun. It was just great to have the crowd cheering along with us. And again, well, I had 8 every day. I was checking to see who was signing up because I was worried there wouldn't be enough. And we did have 8, which dropped down to 7. And you again gave me the privilege of coaching basketball, and we had 22 sign up. So I'm very excited, and thank you again for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Move to acceptance of the agenda. Can I have a motion, please? Joe? It was like right in front of your face. I couldn't see it. Questions? All in favor?
All right, acceptance of the consensus agenda, which consists of the minutes from the October 18th meeting, the 24th meeting, the financial statements, which were attached, and the CSE, CPSE recommendations. Can I have a motion, please? Heidi, second. Alicia, questions? All in favor? All right, we'll move to presentations. I think we're going to switch the presentations up from what we have on yours. We're going to go with the tax presentation first. So Alexandra Rose,
Okay.
tax collector.
Hi, everyone. So our total warrant that was to be collected between September 1st and October 31st was $24,080,000, $743.29. Of that amount, we collected 92%. So 6% came to us here, to me. 28% of those payments were done online, and 66% of those payments were done through our KeyBank lockbox. Compared to last year, we collected 93%, so we're about 1% different when it came to the total that we collected this year. And this is just kind of a comparison for the fees that we've absorbed for the online payments. So if you see it's exponentially grown, and we've definitely increased the amount of online payments that we've seen over the years. Yeah.
The blue is just hard to see.
You guys are ready to go. Good job, appreciate it. On the bottom.
Better?
That's great.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Good. And then these are the total service charges. So when it came to our merchant service charges, we absorbed $73,426.66. And then what we were charged through KeyBank was $11,318.90. So that was actually a decrease compared to last year of $747.32 in total. So of what's uncollected, we have $1,882,194.87 that was turned over to Columbia County. And then we'll be reimbursed that amount 100% in April of 2024. Question?
And I spoke to you prior.
Yeah.
On the previous slide, just something to keep in mind when it comes to the merchant charges. Most vendors today are going to surcharge pricing.
Yeah.
Where they're passing the fee on to the client for the convenience of swipe and debit card. Just something that to keep in mind, it's an option. I don't know if we would ever want to do that, but that would erase the $73,000.
Substantial. I know there was also a question around the percentage that they pay of the payment. Between us to pay if anyone wanted that answer to get it for myself as well. Oh, yeah, to see what the percentage was per payment.
Do you know that now?
I don't know, they were close, but I did reach out to our support system and just to get a percentage.
As a school district, I mean, typically the charge is 3 to 4%, depending on if the card's in person or not. But as a school district, the charge may be lower as it would be for municipalities.
And we did that purposely. I mean,
Yeah.
we purposely waived the fees.
Thank you. All right. Now we have a musical performance. Amy Hilliard, and I believe we have some special guests with us tonight.
We sure do. We're going to take them up and up. You want to come up now?
Mr. Morales has volunteered to substitute Ashley. up here.
That's fascinating.
They have their little support friends. Yeah.
Scientists have discovered that it takes about 400 repetitions to create a new synapse in the brain, unless it is done through play.
in which case it only takes 10 to 12 repetitions. My name is Amy Hilliard, and I teach, it's going to be just a couple minutes for everything else. And I teach pre-K through 4th grade music, and I also teach 6th grade this year. Thank you so much for purchasing a beautiful class set of instruments. This is only a few, but we have an entire set. Our other set, Rebecca Miller and I decided, was about 45 years old. So it was time. My dad set up a little workshop in his basement, and he's been trying to fix them, but it was time. After age 7, the potential for musical growth greatly diminishes. Early childhood musical experiences are key to long-term musical development of our students. In our program, musical play, movement, and storytelling are integrated into everything we do. We look at classical music, traditional stories, and original music, and how they can combine to teach the elements of music to our primary students. For instance, you could pull that up, that would be awesome. This is how we teach the quarter note. I know it's going to come up.
Pretty easy to grasp.
So there's a fabulous video that you're about to see.
I hear it.
Okay, come on, yeah. So you're going to see a couple of music notes, and this is actually co-taught in a grade of 1st grade that you're going to see, and they're doing something that I call a walk in the woods, which these kids are familiar with, and it actually teaches all the elements of music. It's they learn the quarter note, we call it a walk rhythm, shoe and a leg, and you'll see that, and 2 8 notes, which we call the running rhythms, 2 shoes, 2 legs, so we need to go very fast, an accent in the music, arrest. Oh, thank you. So you're gonna just see the children. I'm holding up the rhythms when I talk to them, but that's behind the camera, but they're doing a walk rhythm. So they're putting the quarter note at a moderato tempo in their feet. And then you'll see them doing the running rhythm. You'll see them put the accent, they'll jump on the accent when they hear something suddenly loud. And then at the end, they're skipping. You're gonna hear them responding to low, medium, and high. And then when the music goes up, they stand up. When the music goes down. So I don't have to tell them, they hear it, they're responding, and this is how they learn. It's through a story. And I know you're not gonna be able to hear every word, but. So they're putting the quarter note in their feet, and you can tell they're pretty accurate. So the leaves have fallen, and they're going to have to jump over the pile of leaves. Shoe and a leg. An accent or a little bit of a trampoline. Suddenly loud. You're going to jump, but you keep going the same direction. Good job now. There's a B on the leaves. Now they're using 2 8 notes to put in their feet. And you're going to see their feet are doing the 8 note rhythm. So instead of doing on the instruments, their feet are doing it. And so when you hear this, it's a rabbit hole. You have to go down. That's the mama bee. That's the daddy bee with the low voice. And here's our scale to get out. Use our hands to get out. Rain, we're gonna have to have a little snack to get out.
I have an idea. Go in your backpack and grab a granola bar, open it up, and you're gonna eat it in 3 bites. Put the wrapper in your pocket. And now look at your glass bowls. Even they're getting bigger. Now look at it.
Amazing dough. Then they're putting the skipping rhythm in a few. So that's what first grade looks like. And in second grade, the children actually do come to the ORF instruments. We learned how to play the concerts on the ORF instruments. If you want to do the second, just go to the second video. Yeah, you don't have to go yet. I promise it's really short. The children will learn all these notes that we just learned. They'll learn how to put them on the ORF instruments. This is a 10-second clip of some of the children that are in front of you today. So this is an old clip. Here's Hudson. Hudson, stand up. This is Hudson as a second grader. This is Juliet as a second grader. And over here, when they pan over here, it'll be Karina. So they didn't know I was going to do that today. This is them, just a 10-second clip. We learned Doe Deer that year for our concert, and I wrote a little arrangement for the ORF instrument. So this is sort of how it translates from what you just saw to second grade. And Karina was the girl in the crowd. Okay. And as the children progress to the grades, the expectations increase. But we use a fair amount of storytelling to still engage our learners. This is a piece. Okay, here we go, girlies. This is a piece that we actually learn as part of the 6th grade music curriculum. It's called Roll. And it's going to be played by the lovely Karina, Aubrey, Maya, Juliet, and Hudson, and the dogs. They live in my room and they like to visit sometimes. All right, so enjoy. And again, thank you so much for these beautiful instruments. I'm gonna, because I get a little nervous, sometimes I start the song too quickly, so I'm gonna really try not to.
Before you start, Juliet, can you see, or would you like, okay, do you want me to turn this off?
Oh, yes, please,
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay.
All right. You guys good? I feel good. 1, 2, 3, drums.
Presentation of third grade programming update, Sandra Gardner, Sarah John Swan, and Jessica Bauer.
That's a tough act to follow. I do have to say though, I taught summer school this summer, alongside Amy, and the music class that she provided for the summer school students was amazing. And I played along right with the kids and I sang and I danced and it was just so much fun, so engaging, provided all the movement you saw and it was just, she's just amazing. So it was really nice to see. So, hello everybody. My name is Tara Dunspaw and my team and I are here tonight to share some exciting things that are happening in third grade. Third grade is a wonderful year for growth. Our students are becoming more independent thinkers, and because of this, we like to provide enrichment activities and lessons that will benefit all students and help them develop those critical thinking skills. One way we have done this is by participating in cooking classes with the Sylvia Center. They operate in conjunction with Catchy Farm and Kinderhook. The chefs bring all the necessary ingredients and they join our classes once a month to teach our students about healthy eating habits. The students are taught simple, fun recipes that they get to prepare alongside the chefs. The students are also learning vocabulary as well as safe cutting techniques. Many times the students are trying new healthy food for the first time and they're actually enjoying it. And they came yesterday and the kids made pita pizzas. And it looked so delicious. And the kids devoured them. They are so engaged and it's nice to see after the time that they spent, the kids can recite the different cutting, like the bear claw or the tunnel. They know what chef's position means. They know where the knife goes at the top. They know how to stay safe. So they're getting a lot out of the program. It's been really nice. And this, I think, is the third year, right, that we've done this with the Sylvia Center. The best part, of course, is the tasting at the end. The kids have learned a new fun phrase. They say, "Don't yuck my yum." You will often hear the kids use this term with their friends. The students love this time that we get to spend with the chefs and are always excited to know when they will be back. We were also fortunate enough to be able to visit the chefs at Catchy Farm back in October. It was a really fun day and it helped the children to understand just where our food comes from, including some of the food we use in our recipes here at school. They were able to work in different stations, such as the garden planting station, the planting seed station, the harvesting station where we picked ingredients like cilantro that they would use in their lunch. And they also got to eat edible flowers right out of the garden. Some of them tried it. I think most of my students tried it. I tried it. Like it was just amazing. Things that these kids just don't ever get to do. And it was only half an hour up the road right in Canada. So it was a wonderful, wonderful experience. So then the cilantro and peppers, and I think that may have been it, that we harvested in one of the stations, they took back to the kitchen and they used that to help prepare the lunch for the recipe, which was tacos, and it was delicious. And they had this incredible bean paste prepared. It's all very organized. The kids did a lot of the chopping and the preparing first, and then they moved over to the picnic tables where they were provided all the ingredients, and they encouraged them to try everything. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, but a lot of times it's surprising and nice to see them dabbling with things that they might not otherwise have. So the field trip was wonderful. We had a beautiful day. Our time with the Sylvia Center has been wonderful and greatly appreciated by the students and families. They are also in the middle of doing a 6-week virtual cooking class with around 12 third grade families on Wednesday nights, and they're doing one tonight. The children go home with a bag of ingredients each Tuesday afternoon, which has everything they need to cook a healthy farm fresh meal right at home. And this has all been free of charge to the family. So they drop off all of the bags, all prepped. All I have to do is just get the bags to the kids, and they go home and they prepare the meal with their family members right over Zoom, I'm assuming.
Yeah, 4 to 6 people. And last week, there was an extra bag, and Jane, the main chef said, why don't you take it home and try it? So I did, and I was blown away by the quality of the ingredients, and I know some of it came right from Cashby Farm. Sweet potato, type of radish, kale, everything you needed to make like a vinaigrette dressing. Garlic, shallots, rosemary, it was all there. You roasted the veggies, chopped up the kale, the recipe is right there, so you can hold on to it, use it another time, and it was delicious. It was really good. So I was kind of glad I got to have that extra bag that it was left over. I got to enjoy it. It was nice. And I think that was it. I just also, we hope to continue the relationship with Sylvia Center. And then we also have some other things that we're doing with our 3rd graders that Jess is gonna talk about. So, thank you.
Hi, I'm Jessica Alkirk. We, for several years now, the elementary has raised trout through the Trout in the Classroom program. Every fall, New York State offers a conference in which we go to in Hyde Park. We have a great morning where you get to network with other teachers across New York State. And we also pick up our fish eggs at that point. During the school year, students engage in activities pertaining to the trout in ways that address our standards. The 3rd grade curriculum. The children enjoy the arrival of the trout as eggs and enjoy watching them grow throughout the school year. And then in the spring, we get to release them at springerlings right out in the creek in the backyard, our backyard, behind the school. So in addition to this program, the children are learning how to care for the trout, the importance of conservancy, interdependence, and we talk about a bit of the anatomy with the fish. So in addition to our Trout in the Classroom program, we're also starting to work with Art Online. Oh, I'm sorry. One thing I want to add about Trout in the Classroom is we are actually working with the high school this year to, we're connecting with the ag department, and they actually have the trout in their classroom because the high school students can work with the tanks differently, and we're actually doing a program with them early next week. And the high school kids are going to work with the 3rd graders, so that should be a great experience. We're also, we also plan to work with our OMI this spring. They will offer our students opportunities with different cultures of children around the world while integrating reading, writing, and social studies with the arts. In the past, our relationship with the educators at OMI has really caught the attention of our students. That sometimes those students don't really connect to what we're doing in the classroom, but they really enjoy and they really open up, and we learn so much more about our kids. So we really appreciate the support we've gotten from all of our administrators and all of you, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll move on to reports, superintendent's report.
Well, again, I feel like I can't top anything else, but we have lots of great things going on, as you just heard. A few more celebrations. We did have Angela Webster hosted the 2023 Fall Athletic Awards ceremony last week. We had some great highlights from the season, and we had students from each team acknowledged for the Coaches Award, the Most Improved Player, and the Most Valuable Player. A couple highlights of the season: our varsity cross country team competed in sectionals. The varsity field hockey team was Section 9 finalists. The varsity boys golf team were undefeated at the Patroon Conference champions, and they also won the medalist tournament. Zach Rowe was named league MVP for golf. Braden Joust, first team All-Star. Jacob Hunter, second team. Zach also competed in the second round of sectionals. We had Jada Thomas and Grace Alvarez were named first team All-Stars. Ellie Atwood, second grade second team, and Riley Jell's honorable mention. Clyde Drake was named to the second team for boys soccer. Mackenzie Beeg was named second team for cross country. And Neil Howard III signed his official letter of intent to compete in track and field at the University of Michigan. So it was a exciting busy fall.
Sorry.
A couple other things that despite having to have worked through some tragedies in our school community in the month of October, we did have the opportunity to have more therapy dogs visit with us, and we had two, Kate with her dog Sylvie and Marilyn with Luke, who have now signed up to be volunteers. So we'll have more love and support from our furry friends to join Cookie and Mandy. So that's great. Everybody really appreciates that. We've just continued to have communication weekly with the district, just making sure that everybody knows things that we have to celebrate and just little nuts and bolts of things that we're changing and adjusting to just streamline things. I've been meeting with Bobby Joe and Nick just to talk about our bus and our capital project to make sure that we have an implementation plan in place and we're staying on top of all the steps for that we need. We also, in working with technology, opened up the insurance purchase insurance on laptops through November 30th to offer that again because, you know, things happen and we wanted to make sure that people had that opportunity again. And I've been working with the building principals to really talk about an academic focus that they have for their buildings this year that are targeted to support our students. So we've been engaging in some really exciting, good conversations to just strengthen and improve the wonderful things that are happening here. The Shakespeare performance of Hamlet was great. I was able to stay and see that last week. And I was so impressed with the performance level and how well prepared the students were and how hard they worked. It was really wonderful to see that. Let me see. And then I also have, since our student liaison couldn't be here tonight, I have his report to read to you. So he says, hello, everyone. I'm very sad not to make it this evening, but I will be there for the next meeting on December 13th. I am at the senior all-star practice as you are hearing this message, which is why I didn't show. Looking to dominate the other team tomorrow during the game at 6. In the first quarter of school, everything went smoothly with the period schedule and everyone seems to be enjoying it. The homecoming game and really all football games had a great student section cheering us on whether we were winning or not. The football team was 4-6. Those 4 wins felt like 100 compared to last year's 0-6 record. And the Halloween costumes in the parade were enjoyed by everyone. The seniors had a field trip to Albany. They had a great time at the University of Albany and really appreciated that opportunity to go. Student council was putting up kind messages around the school to celebrate Kindness Day, which I think was Monday. Yep. And the Veterans Day assemblies last week went really well. Everyone came together as a school, showing appreciation to those who served with the company of our friends. And there were great performances during the assembly. And I do want to add to that, that our students were a wonderful audience and really showed the respect that our veterans deserve. And that was so wonderful to see. Seniors are working on research papers, getting ready to present to all that show on December 6th. The chicken barbecue was very successful. It made lots of profits. And the student officers are working hard, weighing options for the seniors' trip, still trying to finalize the decision. I did meet with some people about that yesterday, so that's exciting for them. And he just says, thanks all board members. I hope you all have a glorious night and excited to meet with you all next. Karen Garrity. So those are my updates to share with everybody tonight. Thank you.
Board of Education member reports.
I had the opportunity of seeing the Shakespeare play on Sunday night. And Hamlet is so complex, but they did a fantastic job. I was so impressed with the quality and just the energy. You could feel how happy and excited that they were. So I'm so happy we continue to have that program at our district.
I know tomorrow there's a few of us that are coming down to help serve Thanksgiving lunches to the students. We'll be here from, I think, the earliest, we start at 11, and then we'll pretty much, there's somebody here all day. Tomorrow we'll help do that. We have, would like to share.
I was able to go to the author visit, and it was really wonderful to see everybody come together to celebrate. The teachers wore the bag heads and the band dressed up as farm animals, and Miss Hilliard wrote an original song to celebrate the lunch ladies. It was really wonderful.
You know, I do want to add too, we had the mystery readers, and I got to do that, and it was so much fun to read to the pre-K students, and we'll be getting another opportunity to sign up for mystery readers. I'll send that out to you on Friday in my board report, and I think that's scheduled for December 4th or December 6th, so we're looking forward to that again.
So in late October, we had the state school boards convention in Buffalo. And 4 of us went out there with Lynette, and there was a lot of good workshops and seminars there. The food wasn't bad. But I think if you couldn't find something to interest yourself in out there, there's something wrong with you. But we attended a lot of seminars, and it was a very good showing, and very good information that we got out there.
If they need improvement on the food, I think you can just direct them to the 3rd graders.
They didn't have any tacos.
I'll take care of them.
As Rick said, I would just reiterate on that half dozen or so classes we took, the knowledge we can gain and bring back to the district. It's phenomenal what we get from our professional development doing this, and I encourage board members should try to get to these things, because you see other districts, and the main thing you see is what we have and what other districts don't have. Cotton Hills is very fortunate on what we have compared to other districts, because you talk to other people and you see what they don't have. Cotton Hills is way ahead in many ways.
I also went to the author visit in the afternoon, which I thought was absolutely amazing. And I also went to the the modified boys last football game, which they won. It was very emotional to see the coaches hugging all the 9th graders moving up. And I just thought it was they're just seem like such a nice, tight team, and they did a great job this year.
There is no old business at this time. We'll move to new business. The resolution authorizing the property tax exemption to persons with disabilities and income exemption. I have a motion, please. Heidi, second. Ron? Questions? All in favor? Move to B, resolution authorizing property tax exemption to persons over 65 years of age. I have a motion, please. Alicia, second. Ron, questions? All in favor? And C, the resolution authorizing property tax exemption to volunteer firefighters and ambulance workers. Motion, please. Molly, second. Joe, questions? All in favor? D, the memorandum of agreement with the Taconic Hills Faculty Association. I'm going to read this because it's appointment. Be it resolved, the Board of Education, Taconic Hills Central School District hereby approves the memorandum of agreement between the district and the Taconic Hills Faculty Association, appointing Barbara and Paula Knoll as substitutes for the Director of Pupil Personnel Services as the CSE CPSE 504 chairperson for this district as needed, and approves the payment of money contained therein. Can I have a motion? Molly, second. Margaret, questions? All in favor? Special Education Chairperson, be resolved, the Board of Education approves the appointment of North Clouden and Paula Noel as chairpersons for the following special education committees: Committee on Special Education, Subcommittee on Special Education, Committee on Preschool Special Education, Subcommittee on Preschool Special Education, and a Manifestation Team Committee and 504 Committee. Have a motion? Joe, second. Margaret, questions? All in favor? The resignation and agreement with employee number 149. You see it effective, it's effective October 27th, 23, and we accept it in the school district dated October 20th. Can I have a motion? Molly, second. Margaret, second. Any questions? All in favor? Item G. I'm certainly not reading that title thing. The resolution authorizing participation in the cooperative energy purchasing service for electricity. I have a motion, please. Ron, second. Rick, questions? Okay. H was stricken. On page 6, item I, donation. Of the following donations, pumpkins from Neil Delia, that were for, I believe, a pumpkin run. And then 2 donations from NYSER for care closet supplies and just the district donations. I have a motion. Heidi, second. Margaret. Questions? All in favor? The policies, which is the second reading approval of the following policies: board policy 0101, which is the gender neutral single occupancy bathrooms, and board policy 8413, transportation for non-public school students. Motion, please. Rick. Second. Joe, questions? All in favor? Item K, for the insurance proceeds accepted above the insurance proceeds of $975.18 from July 27th on a motor vehicle accident. Can I have a motion? Please. Heidi. Second. Ron. Questions? All in favor? Field trip. It's a sixth grade science class field trip to Catamount in Massachusetts in February. Probably not from here, but we'll call it Massachusetts. It would make it seem like they're going so far away.
What are they doing on the field trip? I'm sorry.
Can I have a motion, please? Joe. Second. Alicia. Questions?
What are they doing on the field trip? I think it was on the approval form. On the approval testing.
Yeah, they're learning in science class, so Mrs. Hunter really organized it. They're
Yeah.
learning about, like kinetic energy, physical energy and stuff, so they were going to apply some of the science skills that they have learned in a fun but closed environment.
I think they tried to do that last year and they never had enough snow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All in favor? You can say it on that one later. And item M, disposals, authorization of disposal of following obsolete technology equipment. An airliner, a camera, and a USB.
That big Qantas or?
Airliner, it's what US Air, Delta. 747 on the back. Can I have a motion?
Oh, that's part of the next
Oh, there.
week.
Which is Chromebook monitor, desktop computer, printer, switch, scanner, and a smart board. Or 16 smart. Can I have a motion, please? Marlon, second. Ron. Questions? And I have so many questions about the airliner, but. All in favor? Item N, Mental Health Association of Columbia Green, Counties Agreement. The approval of agreement with the Tucumcari School District for school-based preventative services to at-risk children at a cost of $33,600 for the 23-24 school year. Motion? Margaret, second. Heidi, questions? All in favor? Memorandum of Agreement with the Tucumcari Support Staff Association. Can I have a motion, please? Molly, second. Margaret, questions?
I won't be able to support this agreement because of having supervised for the last 15 years. Some of the people who have just come to work in all sorts of inclement weather. And I feel that this really doesn't speak to the effort that they put in where we're paying people to actually stay home. So I just won't be able to support it.
The questions? Okay, all in favor? All those opposed? Motion carries 7-1. Personnel resignations, Mary Sokolow, is that how you say it? Sokolow. Vanessa Bravo and Bridget Roberts, the effective dates are as they're stated. And Margaret, second. Alicia, questions? All in favor? Item 2, a rescission, it's the rescission of the appointment of a special education teacher. Be it resolved, County Central School District Board of Education hereby rescinds the appointment of Thomas Leonardo. Joe, second. Margaret, questions? Good answer now. All in favor? Item 3, retirements, Josephine Zahn from the position of bus driver with the effective date of January 8th, 24. Can I have a motion? Heidi, second. Rick? I don't have a question. I just would like to thank Josephine for 24 years of service in the district, and we wish her well.
She was a great plus for the transportation department, good driver, good employee.
Certainly will be missed. All in favor? Terminations, Yvonne Acevedo from the position of substitute effective 10/26 of 23. I have a motion, please. Joe, second. Margaret, questions? All in favor? Item A, a 3-year probationary appointment for a teaching assistant. This is being paid, correct me if I'm wrong, for the American Rescue Plan grant funded. So we have money that was granted to us. Position is being filled by Bridget Roberts. Effective the 16th of November of 23, running through the 15th of November of 26. Can I have a motion? Heidi, second. Joe, question? All in favor? I'm going to lump the rest of the appointments together. So we're going to go from B through E here, which is the appointment of Nicole Cooper, who's replacing E. Harding as food service worker from November 16th through 23 through November 15th to 24. For Troy Payson as a computer operator from January 6th, 23 through January 5th, 24. To the sports coaches Karen Knoble. I don't know if he's here anymore, and Neil Howard Jr., and then the extracurricular advisors, you see listed, Amy Janito in high school, junior high school, police, Liza Matua, and elementary school, Tiana Busby, and Colleen Romero, and Brittany Hay. Have a motion. Heidi? Second. Joe? Questions? All in favor? Substitutes, rate of pay determined on qualifications, assignment and tutors, F&E, substitutes listed, tutors are listed as well. And volunteers, which is H, once all of these together, they are listed as well. There should be 2 late names that were added to the volunteers. Can I have a motion, please? Joe, second. Margaret? Questions? All in favor? Anybody else? Any additional items to discuss? All right, we're going to move into executive session to discuss. It is now 7:23-ish. Now the motion to go into executive. Lee, second. Molly, questions? In favor? Thank you. Thank